All right. When I look back, I can still see 8-year-old Angie. I'm sitting in my living room in front of our stereo cabinet, and I'm clasping this Supertramp album. I've got a gold statue of Buddha next to me, and I'm mesmerized by the music and the artwork. Do me a favor and look 2 people to your left and 2 people to your right, or just in your immediate vicinity. One of you is highly sensitive. The question is who? 15 to 20% of the population is considered an HSP, a highly sensitive person. While there is a test that you can take online, it essentially means that you are impacted by external stimuli, whether it is loud sounds, smells, violence, stress, or chaos. For me, it comes through in a few different ways. I find that people's energy and their moods impacts me. I'm overwhelmed by chaotic environments and find I need to withdraw. I also have to really process and contemplate something before I make a decision. I also am very susceptible to really irritating things in the environment. So if I see this in a coffee shop and it's your outlet, I will fix it for you because I'm afraid you're not getting the power you need. It is maddening, literally. There's also something called a high sensation-seeking HSP, which is also me. I can travel in Italy for 5 weeks alone and have no fear and not feel lonely. I listen to old Metallica albums really loud, and I thrive in taking risks and being uncomfortable. It is exactly why I can stand in front of you today and be vulnerable, because as soon as this is over, I will actually disappear. I will be in my car driving back to Eugene with my dog and Dave Matthews playing, because solitude feeds me. So what does this have to do with diversity and inclusion? I believe that often people look at diversity as something they can see, race, age, gender, or physical disability, but it is so much more than that. We need to be inclusive of different ideas of thought, of how people think. We need to actually look at how people can process information differently and see them as an asset to our team, not just as the quiet person at the table. So there's a few things I would like you to do if you are the 1 in 5 in this room. Be vulnerable. You need to speak up. You actually have a sixth sense as an HSP, and it's really important for you to have a voice and be heard. And if you don't do that, you're actually not being fair to the team around you. I also want you to set boundaries. Sympathy is often part of being an empath and an HSP, but you need to have boundaries so that you're not being taken advantage of. This is critical to get through the day. The next thing is I really want you to make space for yourself because overwhelm can be very real. And so there's one HSP expert that actually says that if you just shut your eyes, you can actually eliminate 80% of the external stimulation that's going on around you. So just make that space. And also make time, because you also need to re-energize and rebuild yourself. So whether that's meditation or noise-canceling headphones, or even just being able to take a walk at lunch, make space. I also want to warn you, because when you do this and you start making changes, it will impact other people. I want you to be aware of the energy of the people around you. It's very important because oftentimes energy vampires will actually prey on HSPs, and they will suck the life out of you. So just heads up on that. And you also need to be resilient, because when you start making these changes, like when I did, I was done putting everybody else first, and I tried to prioritize myself, and those people didn't like it very much. So be kind and patient, but be resilient. And also, if you are not an HSP, I want you to be a champion for us. The quiet people that are at the table have a voice and have great ideas, so make sure that they're heard. Ask questions and be inclusive of their thinking. And in closing, if you've got your phone handy and you want to scan this QR code, it goes to some resources that I have lived by. So it has the test, it has different information that you can study. I have had an HSP coach, and I have used her at some really key points in my life. I've been part of a private online HSP community. I have journaled more than I can ever imagine because I want to seek clarity and I want to understand. And I also am really blessed because I have some incredible friends that have helped me through the journey. When I look back, this is still me. I love music. I actually practice Buddhism, and I love getting lost in art, and I'm content being alone. When I found out I was an HSP, it was a massive turning point in my life. I learned self-acceptance. I learned that I could have this inner stillness and be okay just as I am. Some people might think that it is a stigma to call yourself sensitive, and choose to wear it with pride. But I have done that, and I feel very good about it, and I hope you will too. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie.